Hello, Reggie. We're going to take a look at the first couple of postings that you have for the course. So we will jump on screen share and start taking a look here. First thing that I do is to kind of give a kind of a quick rundown, take a look at what we are seeing here. Kind of an interesting perspective that we're going for here with this vertical, slightly diagonal thing going on. Going to challenge the viewer, aren't we, to kind of see what we're doing on this. I will say this, that this is not something that you can, that is unheard of to try to sort of achieve something that looks like this. I say that because in all seriousness, it's kind of wonky. It doesn't quite work here. And the reason it doesn't work is we're not offering a counterbalance to these images. That I appreciate the effort to make something that is truly unique. And I think it is great. I always applaud you for trying something that is like, I'm going to go for something here that is a little bit more unique, a little bit out of the boundaries, and see if it works. I would always tell you to do that. Now, let me tell you how to make it work. We need a counterbalance to it. Whenever you're doing a horizon, especially horizons, that you're doing at an angle like that, what we need is somewhere else in the image a straight line. We need something that creates the straight line. For instance, in this image, you almost got it. You almost have a straight line going here. If this line here of this shadow were straight, if it were the horizon, if it were straight horizontal like this, our eyes visually would accept the diagonal in the background as not being disorienting. Because we don't have that, everything feels to be unbalanced and disoriented. So it's, again, this is not an opinion of mine. This is a visual principle that we use in order to control this kind of energy that you're attempting to create here, which is really cool. Again, this kind of thing, you can make it happen. You're really being aggressive here because we're taking this and bringing it right all into the treaters here, asking a lot for us to be able to counter this. We need a horizon that kind of goes across like this for us to even begin to feel like this is not unbalanced and disorienting. It's just a matter of the way that human beings view things. When we see something that is completely off, if you then give us something to counter that, particularly a horizon line that is straight, even if it's not the actual horizon line, if it is just a fictional element that, like a shadow line or something like that, that allows us to do that, like this line, if it was straight, or any of these lines, if they were repeating and they were straight, or this line was straight, but this line was not, and so on and so forth. So does that make sense? So you can do this. It's achievable. You just have to follow, again, you have to follow and understand the principles in order to make it happen. There is no such thing as breaking rules. You use the principles in order to achieve something that is unusual and aesthetically challenging. There's no, I'm going to break the rule and try to make something that's like saying I'm going to break the fundamentals of physics. It doesn't, you can't do that. It just doesn't work on this planet. Human beings are going to look at things in a particular way. We know this. So we use those to our advantage. Great job trying. I really want you to keep doing stuff like this. Just, well, we want you to be able to use the right tools to be able to do it. So what I would suggest is when it occurs to you to do these kinds of things, if you're thinking, I'm going to try this, I wonder if I'm on the right track, shoot me an image or two. If I had told this to you, if I had seen samples of this beforehand and was able to explain this to you, on Thursday after we got the assignment, and you had those extra few days with that in your mind to be able to go out and do that, you could have done it, right? So let's just have that conversation. When you do, it occurs to you to have that kind of stuff. We can go through and make that happen. In fact, I would encourage you to go out there anyway. You can resubmit stuff and give it a try, because I think it's a cool idea. Why not? Give it a shot. All right, so let's take a look at your rule of thirds and just kind of see what we have here. Reggie, rule of thirds. I can see right away we've got some golden hour stuff. Golden hour is that time of day when the sun is close to the horizon, not quite below the horizon. You're getting these long shadows. Usually you get a warm color because the atmosphere has, unfortunately, more pollution in it after the entire day. The water vapor is burnt up from the entire day afterward. So this is rule of thirds. So what we're looking for is a horizon line that is placed in the upper third or the lower third, and then vertical elements that are crossing over that with the most important things at those cross features. So you do have the basketball here. Basketball, whatever it's called, rim or hoop. I'm sorry, I'm not a sports guy. Anyway, literally. So you've got the sun right behind the most powerful emphasis part. I like that you didn't include the sun itself. We've had several students who included the sun itself in there, and that's always a bad idea. So you've done a good job here with the emphasis being down on the ground, moving up. You're getting that particular emphasis. I wonder if this image might have been a better choice or something, an alternate choice, if you had included just a lot of sky, if you reversed it. If the horizon was down here in the lower third and you gave us all this beautiful sky, kind of like the dream, feel to the image. Now, let's look at these two images, almost like an animation, right? When we're talking about doing a series of photographs, we really want to avoid this kind of thing. And this really comes back to making enough imagery so that we have plenty to choose from. We pick which one works best for you. Is this the better image or is this the better image? They're too close to one another compositionally to put right next to each other in order to consider them being two different images. This is one image, and then a few minutes later, another image, or a few seconds later, even sometimes, or a different setting on your camera and taking another shot at it. These are not considered two separate photographs in most cases, not in a photo class anyway. So that is just a moving forward to know, and this happens all the time, where we find photographs that we like, we're not sure which one is the better one, so we throw them both up there. Choose which one, trust yourself, you'll know. And you know what, if you feel like you made the wrong choice and you look back on it, replace it, resubmit it. That's what the grading policy is all about there. Here's a pretty good job of placing that horizontal horizon. You're doing a good job of placing the horizon. Our vertical elements aren't placed perfectly. Here, you're doing a really good job. Here we've got a vertical horizon, and you have countered this toward the center here, which gives it even more balance. This is a little bit off level, but it's not so off level that it's like making us out of balance. Again, here we are backed up again. Now, what I'm seeing here with these photographs here, and then suddenly we jump, but what I'm seeing with these photographs here, now, unless we were back taking photographs out here on several different nights at the same time of day, and that very well could be. Correct me if it is. These were taken, all these photographs were taken within about 10 minutes of each other, because this kind of light lasts for about 10 minutes. So we're saying that 9 out of the 12 photographs that you're submitting for this project were taken 10 minutes, in 10 minutes. A project that was meant to be 5 days to do, that 9 out of 12 of them were taken in 10 minutes. I wouldn't have wasted your time to give you a project that could take 10 minutes and make you do it over 5 days. If we could do something in 10 minutes, I would take the class out and we would do it in 10 minutes and come back. I wouldn't give you a big project and do a lecture for an hour and a half and have us explore a thing for something that's going to take you 10 minutes to do. that would not be fair to you, and I will never do that to you. What we do is we offer these principles, and then we want you to explore them for all that they're worth. Okay, so consider that as you're doing these projects. I think your photographs are excellent. I think you've got a lot of potential here, and clearly you're not afraid to go out of, off the norm and out of bounds and try something new. And I think that's awesome. We want to give you the right tool set to be able to make those things work for you, because I think there's a lot of potential there. So we want a couple of things. Just communicate when you have some thoughts about that, so that if there's something that I can offer you that will immediately help that thing work, I want to offer you whatever experience I have to do that. Second, take advantage of all the time you have. If you can make beautiful images in 10 minutes, imagine what you could do in 3 or 4 hours. Imagine what you can do in 3 or 4 days. If you can do something wonderful in a couple of minutes, what can you do in a couple of hours? So treat your work as if it's that precious. You owe it to yourself to do that. So taking a look at these last few here, we're back outside. These are kind of almost like, random photographs. This is football. So I don't even know that this was taken this semester. We don't want photographs taken not in this class. We never mind our catalog of photography for images that we took last semester, last year, or photographs that we didn't take actually for the class itself. We want to not do that, right? Unless this was in fact taken this recently. Maybe it was, I don't know. Again, I'm not a sports person, so I have no idea. But just be sure that we don't get into that situation, okay? So let's have a chat if there's some clarification. I really want to see that rule of thirds thing done. I'm sorry, the emphasis one done, because I think you have a lot of potential with that one. I think it was a cool idea to try to do that juxtaposition in that way. And I'd like to see you achieve that, because I think it's a really good idea. So I look forward to seeing more of your images, and we'll see you in class, Reggie. All right, bye-bye now.